Peace, family. It's the word. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we're going to be covering the crypto market somewhat. We're just going to be looking at a few assets, like we always do, just checking out the charts and seeing what we can see. And then we'll go from there. We'll dive deeper into some things. First and foremost, you already know this is not financial advice. Please do not take this as such. This is 100% for education and entertainment purposes only. Please do not take this as financial advice. So, I'm gonna start from a monthly perspective, and actually, I want to take a look at the total market caps first. So, let's take a look at the altcoin market cap. Let me delete all of this. Okay. As you can see, support has been lost on a monthly time frame. Right here. It used to be support right here. There was support back here. It was resistance back here. It was resistance and support here. It was support here, resistance here. So all of that lines up, and it is now back reading with a bearish engulfing candlestick. This big red candle, it engulfed these three candles over here. So that is a bearish candle. That lets me know that the altcoin market is actually going to be a bit more bearish. It's going to be a bit more bearish. So as you can see, you're getting the back test on the monthly. Let's take a look at the weekly. You see, you can't even get back across it. You got one, two, three, four, five, six, going into your seventh week where you have not been able to cross that threshold. So it's not looking good for the altcoins. Let me get back to a monthly. Let's see where it lines up at. I would say this would be my first stop right here. Does it line up further down here? Yeah, actually, it lines up a little bit farther. Shit, right here. Let's pull that down. Right about here. Which actually, that would just be saying that you're at the top of the range and really in a pretty good area for some short opportunities. But as it stands, it's just been trading in a very choppy market. The range on this thing has been super tight and it has not come out of that range for some time. Let's see right here. What's that date? Let me move this out the way. All right, building meeting control. Where you at? Right there. Thank you. All right. So it's been trading in that range since June the 5th. We're in July the 20th. So we've been really choppy, very choppy on the range of the actual altcoin market. So, like I said, on a weekly, it's bearish. On a monthly, it's bearish. And if you break this support level, your next support level to the downside, or a major support level to the downside, will probably be somewhere around $594 billion, maybe even down to $550 billion. And you could see a sell off. Really, I'm looking at a sell off right now from here. But my risk to reward, here's my risk. My risk is about 4% to the upside on the altcoin market cap. I'm not actually trading the altcoin market cap. I'm just using this as a risk tolerance. But my downside or potential profit and what could be taken out of the market, you're looking at another $117 billion, which wouldn't even be a bad thing for the market. So that's what I will be looking for on altcoins. But as it stands right now, you're totally bearish. You're definitely bearish. So be on the lookout for that and check your altcoins to see or pay attention to what we've discussed to see if your altcoins are in these picks. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing the exact same thing. You had support right here. Bring that up right there. Keep saying, yeah. Yeah, you had support. You had support at 66,000. I'm just go ahead and say because the previous all-time high was 70. So let's go back. 69, 70,000. Let me say somewhere around 70,000. So that was the previous all-time high. And then we created a higher high than that previous high. So usually what happens, and this is market structure, this is something that you want to put in your pocket right here. In a bullish market, you usually get three drives to the upside. Three drives to the upside on creating higher highs and higher low before you get that pullback. So you had a drive here. This is your first drive. And then you had a higher low created right here. You had another second drive right here with another higher low created right in this area. And then your third drive right here with no higher low created in the sense of what we're talking about right now, even though a higher low was created, but that higher low position was actually lost right about here. Let me pull that down. Right around $78,000. So that was major resistance. Let's go ahead and highlight that area. That up just a little bit right there. Thank you. So there's your resistance area right there. Showed it to you. You had several months to get out the way of that actual pullback. So, like I said, now what used to be support is now resistance once again in this area. And now your resistance level has gotten larger. So if you are not trading back above $66,000, $71,000, $78,000 to regain price or bullishness, then structurally you have created a lower low right here than your previous low up here. Create a lower low than your previous low up here. So now that you've created that lower low, you're more than likely going to have this create a lower high than your previous high right here. And that is going to create a lower low than your most recent low. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. If you lose $58,000 on Bitcoin, I would say somewhere around here will be my next target, 49K. $49,000 will be my next target. I would say that would be a major target to actually hit. From 64,000 to 49,000 wouldn't really be a big deal or too much of a big deal. In the grand scheme of things, that would just mean that you can buy cheaper Bitcoin. If you are not dollar cost averaging into the asset and you're just trading the asset, in my personal opinion, you're really doing yourself a disservice. If you're trading Bitcoin for dollars, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. But that's just me. Again, this is not financial advice. So back to Bitcoin. $49,000 is previous support here. It is previous resistance back here. It is previous resistance back here. So $49,000 seems to be the next target to the downside. What I want to do is put a Fibonacci retracement on this. And then I'm going to pull it from this $15,000 area all the way up to this all-time high, wick high up here. Let's see what we got. Look at this. A full Fibonacci retracement is between a 382 and a 618. You have a full Fibonacci retracement. Full Fibonacci retracement. You couldn't even ask for a better target because we already have marked that line. And mind you, these lines are invisible. So again, if you lose that $57,000, $58,000 area, I'm gonna just go ahead and say 57.7. You're gonna be looking at between 49,000 and 39,000 dollars. Currently trading at 64,000. So I really don't know what else to say after $39,000. I would say, and I would err on the side of caution, that you don't want to lose that $39,000 level. That's what I would say. You don't want to lose that $39,000 level. But as it stands right now, those are the levels that we have. All right, let's go take a look at some altcoins. I know you guys got a few altcoins in your bag, so let's take a look at some of these. And it's not looking good for Sui. Let me see. Although, although, let me just say this. Technically, let's say technically, it's not looking good for Sui. Let me not say that. Let me say technically. Technical wise, it's not looking good for Sui. On the monthly, you're not looking good. On the weekly, you're not looking good. But in the grand scheme of things, this thing is 75 cents. It used to be $4.13. Even had a wick high on Coinbase of $5.37. So at 75 cents, that would be a significant price increase if you were to purchase this at 75 cents. It's again, not financial advice. I'm just saying, if you want to speculate, speculate. But these are the prices that you should be buying at. You should not be buying back up here at the all-time high again when you had an opportunity to buy at 75 cents. So if you're going to be a speculator, then speculate. But speculate when the price is low, when it's cheap, when nobody else is talking about it. when nobody has mentioned a word and you have strong belief in the project or the actual asset of that project, go ahead and speculate and hold that potential asset. From where it is right now, I got it at 76 cents. I'm gonna just put it on a body closure. You're looking at 443, 444% upside potentially from where it is right now. So again, don't be mad if you see this thing go back up to $4.14 and you've seen it on this call on July the 20th, 2026 at 8:22 in the morning, Central Standard Time, when SUI was 75 cents. Now, if it goes to zero, depending upon what you put in, that's why you dollar cost average. Don't trade this. Dollar cost average. All right. Let's take a look at BNB. BNB isn't looking good either. Let's look technically. Excuse me. But I gotta stop saying that. Not looking good. From a technical standpoint. All right. So from a technical standpoint, you got the same bearish engulfing candlestick. You got that same bearish engulfing candlestick right here. Wipe these three candles straight out. And now what used to be support is now resistance. Don't make it hard. Please don't. Don't make it difficult. Don't beat yourself up. Don't just because you see a temporary price swing on a 1 hour or a 30 minute or 15 minute, the overall proceeding trend on a monthly time frame is bearish. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Don't try to go against the trend. Trend is your friend to the end of the so next stops to the downside will probably be somewhere around $522, $464, $404, $336. I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna put that right there. That looks like we're at the beginning of the top of the range. So take it with a grain of salt. Again, if I put this on a weekly, it's still getting rejected. On a daily, it's still getting rejected with that same choppiness that we were seeing on a lot of the other coins that we were just taking a look at. Take a look at Pendle. Pendle right now is $1.60. $1.84 is the resistance. Anything that starts closing back above $1.84, I will start targeting $3.11. We got some wicks high up here. Again, if you're strong, feeling strong on the project, then you should be buying at these, or excuse me, dollar cost averaging at these prices. If you are strong on the project, this would be your optimal entries. Take a look at Aerodrome. Man, I had high hopes for airdrop. This thing just keeps getting rejected at 51 cents. It's currently trading at 49 cents though. So I'm gonna still hold on to it. Let's see what we got on the daily. Could be coming back to 42 cents, which wouldn't be bad. I would like to see it hold 42 cents though. I wouldn't like to see it close below 42 cents. Anything that's going to close below 42 cents, you're going to be looking at 34 cents or possibly even 27 cents again. But as it stands right now on the monthly, it bearish because this used to be support. It is now resistance. There's no body candlestick closure above that purple line. There's no candlestick. It needs to look like this. You need a body closure above the line of resistance in order to say you are completely bullish. All right, take a look at other altcoins. What's some good ones? Let's look at virtuals. Virtuals is currently getting rejected by 80 cents. It's been getting rejected for a few months now. It had some wick ups and looked like it wanted to keep continuing up in price, but you do not have any candlestick closures above $1.06. You don't have the candlestick closures above 80 cents. So until you get candlestick closures above those levels, you're not going anywhere. I would really like to see virtuals hold 30 cents at the support level. That would be a level that I would be comfortable buying at. And that would still give me a higher low than the historic lows, which were right over here. Hold on, let me pull this up. Okay, those are historic lows right there, 1 cent. So I would really like to see this thing hold 30 cents. If it doesn't hold 30 cents and we close below 30 cents, that's going to be a problem. I'd wait for the floor to get found before I start dollar cost averaging on virtual. And virtuals was a very strategic AI play. They still have a lot going on. Just because the asset is down doesn't mean that virtuals is still not viable. So take a look at the project and see what they're doing. Don't worry about the price of the asset. Worry about what they're doing and not worry. Go find out what they're doing and see how you can use what they're doing in your company. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Who else do I got over here? Let's take a look at Ave. Now, Ave is doing this thing. Let me see. Straight off the block with it. Able Street to be specific. I'm peeping at you people different. I pay my dues. You keep the difference. Ave is holding support at $57.62. That's that wick low right down here. Open this a little more so you can see that. But you are currently being rejected by this area right here at $105. So there's your range. Put it on the weekly, you'll see it even better. Put it on the daily, you'll really see it. So it's ranging, and I like the range, and the range is holding. It had a little breakout moment for a second, like it was going to continue higher, and it gave you a evening star pattern, and just continued to the downside, which gave us that $57.62 base. So that's your range. You have a range between 57.62 and 105.89 on eBay. Let's take a look at ADA. This from 24 cents down to 16 cents is just ugh. So sorry. Yeah. ADAs. No. Uh-uh. Man. Ooh. Look, this thing is creating new lows than previous historic lows. Creating new lows. I would not continue to be a holder of 88. This thing was $3. I needed to start getting back above at least 66 cents before I would start looking at that thing again. Maybe even higher. Yeah, maybe 74 cents. I needed to break these previous highs right here. So yeah. But other than that, it's not looking good for 88. It's not technically. No, it's not. Let's take a look at chain length. Chain length is ranging. Let's see what you got, chain length. Hurry up. Same thing. $10.86 is your resistance. You haven't started testing historic lows, though. Historic lows are way down here, but you could be facing $5.56. Currently trading at $8.44, which would just be the range. That would be a range. All right. Let's take a look at another one. Let's see who else. Adam, man, Cosmos. Wow, wow, Cosmos. Ooh, wow. I know so many people that hold this thing. I'm so sorry for you guys. I'm mixed. I'm mixed. I'm mixed on Cosmos because right now, right now it's at a low, very, very low point. Um, if I was this, if this was me coming into Cosmos and I just found out about Cosmos, this would be my buying. This would be my buying area because you do have previous history that shows that this asset went and wicked up in price or in volume and had price reflect all the way to $44.84. Currently $1.48. So do with that what you will. I'm not gonna say yay or nay. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh, excuse me. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Nope. Nothing that I could see that I want to chart up. Nope. Nope. Let's take a look at Solana. Hold the support at $68.46. Holding the support. But we are currently halfway through my head and shoulders point or my drawing that I printed out on Solana. Created a head and shoulders. Created really nice head and shoulders. My measurement is a little bit off, but I got Solana coming back to test close to that historic low. $8.08. Currently trading at $77. It could not. You never know. That's the thing about doing technical analysis. There's never a correct answer to this. Now, Again, this is not financial advice. I want to talk about the recent trend in trading that I'm really seeing right now. I'm seeing a lot of new traders coming into the game. I just want to give you guys some words of encouragement and a little bit of advice, especially coming from me because I've been in the game for quite some time. Because there are so many traders, I'm going to tell you right now what nobody else is going to tell you. You are gambling. I don't give a damn what nobody says. You're gambling. And when you're gambling, you need to know that the house always wins. Okay? The game is rigged. Yes, it is. Boo hoo. But you need to understand that not every trader is going to be profitable, especially when you first start, because a lot of you are just chasing what you see someone else doing. Oh, somebody made gold, made money with gold. Somebody made money with silver. Somebody made money with Apple. Somebody made money with Nvidia. Somebody made money with IWM. Pick one thing and get really, 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 really good at it. Study it like a hawk before you start trying to find out which one is going to work for you. Don't play the game of hopscotch and don't play the game of, oh, I'm going to just the balls to the wall. I'm going to put all my money on this trade and it's going to go up. It doesn't work that way. You need rules. You need a guide. You need a mentor. There are several really good mentors in this space, myself included. Um, we have been doing this for quite some time. So save yourself some of the agony that you're going to face or try to face alone and get some real help as far as learning this space. Now, trading is not for everyone. I will not say that trading is for everyone. Um, if trading is for you, I hope you do well. But what I need you to know is as they continue to open this up and allow for 24/7 trading and sports betting and all of these different things and ways that you can potentially trade your money up, if you don't understand that the more that they open this up is really just creating liquidity for them. That's all they're really doing. They're creating liquidity for themselves. So the platform wins, the overall algorithmic traders win, and you won't. And you'll wonder why, because the house always wins. So what does that mean? You need to learn how to be the house. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys again on the next one. Peace, Alan.